can we take maybe a minute and introduce ourselves?
Sure. Yeah.
I guess I hate to start early, but
yeah, no, that's absolutely fine.
I'd be happy to reintroduce myself. I'm Dr.
Sure.
Hayes, with the environmental studies and chemistry departments at Emory and Henry.
Thank you. I'm Amanda Bishop, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Emory and Henry College. Cody, if you or if any other students jump on, if you have any questions throughout the session, please feel free and type them in the chat bar below. We'll definitely get to them at the end, and then I've also typed up a few sample questions as well. But yeah, I guess Dr. Hainsworth, feel free and take it away.
Should we go ahead and get started?
It's 3 o'clock, so.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me here on this glorious Southwest Virginia afternoon. It really is beautiful outside. And I want to start by acknowledging that we are in trying times right now, to say the least. We have a global pandemic against a backdrop of ongoing racial unrest in this country, and it means that things are uncertain. But one thing is absolutely certain, and that is that education is the path to opportunity. And so I'm here this afternoon to talk a little bit about opportunities at Emory and Henry College for people who are interested in environmental studies and for being outside. So I put together a little PowerPoint presentation, and I would like to share that. Let me share my screen. Here it is. And I want to can everybody see that? Is that? All right. So this is just going to be a very brief introduction with pictures of fun things to the environmental studies program at Emory and Henry College. And again, I'm Dr. Laura Hainsworth, and I teach in both environmental studies and in the chemistry department. And so our environmental studies program has 2 tracks to the major. One of those tracks is the science track, and it emphasizes some general science courses, again, just more science-based courses, courses like general chemistry, but general biology are part of those. Ecology courses, we have a course called environmental monitoring, and that track is designed more to prepare students who want to go on to careers, maybe in wildlife biology or into graduate study in an environmental field. We also have a policy track, and that track is a little bit more emphasized in courses like economics and public policy and community service, and courses that will prepare students to work maybe with local environmental organizations, with municipalities who are doing environmental planning and that sort of thing. So the 2 tracks have quite a bit of overlap, but then there are other courses in between, and we meet together again for the Environmental Studies Senior Seminar. All right, one of the things that we really emphasize at Emory and Henry in the Environmental Studies program is experience. And we, through the coursework that our students do and through the research experiences that our students do and extracurricular experiences, we really try to emphasize experience and getting outdoors as much as possible. And so if it's things like tagging black bears and studying black bears on the Mount Rogers area, to carrying out water quality monitoring projects, to doing soil studies, all kinds of activities like that. We really love when we can get students out into the field, and we can get ourselves out into the field as well. And part of that is that we like to work with local environmental professionals. So this is a photo. I'll talk a little bit later about the Bartlett Crow Field Station. I'm sitting at the Bartlett Crow Field Station right now. It's a beautiful resource that we have here. This is Brian Ledford, who works with the Virginia Department of Forestry. He's one of only 2 foresters here in the Southwest region. And he comes out every other year to assist with us doing a controlled burn. And so we manage some of the land here at the field station by burning sections every 2 years, and then we look at ecological succession. So our students have the opportunity to work directly with Brian, with a career forester, and that kind of experience is really invaluable. We also have students that work with professionals from Department of Game and Inland Fisheries and with other environmental organizations. And so I think it's a real highlight of our program that we have these connections with the community, and we can open doors for students in getting our students to know some of the people working in environmental fields in our area. Here's another example of that. This is a group, this is our wildlife monitoring course, and these are students working with professionals from Department of Game and Inland Fisheries, and they're doing a stream shocking activity this time. So they've got electrodes that shock the streams and the fish float up, and they're doing a stream survey in this photo. So these are Emory and Henry students, again, working with local environmental professionals. Another thing that we offer are research opportunities, and this is where I think as a small college, Emory and Henry really has tremendous opportunity for undergraduates. And that is, it's that we can tailor research opportunities for just about any student interest that comes along. We have students who are interested in biology. We have students who are interested in more earth science. We can work with our faculty. We're flexible enough that we can work together, and we can put together research opportunities for students in a tremendous variety of different fields. And so that is part of what Emory and Henry calls a handcrafted education. You know, we will work with you and work with your interests to try to put together projects and opportunities that match your passions. And here's just a little bit about the Bartlett Crow Field Station. This is something, you know, I guess you can think about the things I've said, and many environmental studies programs offer those sorts of things. They offer experiential learning, and they offer student research opportunities. But one thing that we have that most other undergraduate institutions don't have is this Bartlett Crow Field Station. And the field station is a property that was donated to the college about 7 years ago. And it is 75 acres. We have half of it is wooded, about half of it is open field, and we have a half-mile of riverfront on the Middle Fork Holston River. We have 2 ponds, we have springs, we have caves, and it is a tremendous resource for any kind of research or environmental opportunity that you might be interested in. The field station has a residence here that we use as a home base. The photo I have there is me sitting almost in the same place right here, talking with another professor and a group of students, and we were planning some research projects at that time. And the Bartlett Crow Field Station really is a tremendous resource, and if any of you are interested and have an opportunity to come visit the college, I would love to take you for a walk around the grounds and give you a tour of the field station, and we can talk a little bit about some of the opportunities out here. We have a new research project that we're launching recently, and that is a study on blue burrowing crayfish. We have a population of burrowing crayfish in the wetland, about 16 acres of wetland. And it turns out that these crayfish may be undescribed. It doesn't mean that we're discovering the crayfish. People have known that they're here all along, but they have not been scientifically described, and so they may be a new species of crayfish. So that's something that we have going on here that's exciting. It's just one example of all of the opportunities that we have to offer. So this is part of the college campus. It's only 15 minutes away from the main campus. I bring my classes and my labs out to the field station, and we do a lot of work out here. This is where we do the controlled burns. And it really is a tremendous resource, and it's a unique resource among undergraduate institutions. We also have the Emory and Henry College Organic Garden, and we have a lot of students who come here and who are interested in food sciences, food production, organic food production, and we are launching a new program, a new minor in organic food production and organic food studies. And so if you're interested in gardening, if you're interested in food production, there are opportunities out here at the Bartlett Field Station as well, or at the Emory and Henry Organic Garden as well. And then for the last little bit here, I want to talk about connecting education to the world of work, because we are in uncertain times, and it is critical that the education that we provide at Emory and Henry College be valuable and be practical and be a step toward a career in the environmental field. So that is a critical goal for us. And in the environmental studies program, we work very hard to connect our students, again, to environmental professionals in the region, and to prepare our students for careers that they may encounter. And so here's one of our former students, Will McBride, and he's now working for a drilling company, and he's doing environmental consulting. I've got several of these. We have Karen Gilmer, who's a former student, and she is the chief environmental specialist at one of the local power plants in Lynchburg, Virginia, and has been recognized in that position. We have Blake Logan, who's working now for Department of Game and Inland Fisheries, and this is a photo of his internship. One of the ways that we connect education to the world of work is through meaningful internships. And so Blake spent his summer working with Game and Inland Fisheries in a local lake doing fish shocking and fish surveys, and they were able to find this giant, I think it's a flathead catfish or something like that. But he's now working with that organization. He's preparing to go back to graduate school. And Amanda Silvera, again, she's working with an environmental consulting firm, and she's learned the skills that she is using on the job while she was here at Emory and Henry. One of the big steps forward that we've taken in that is that this last year we were funded by the Department of Environmental Quality in a citizens monitoring grant. And so the Department of Environmental Quality gave us funds to purchase equipment so that we can, I can work with students and we can do water quality monitoring using the exact same system, the exact same monitoring equipment that DEQ uses itself. And so the students, we have the opportunity to train our students to learn on the exact same method, the exact same system that DEQ uses. And so students coming out of this experience will be ready to step into a position with Department of Environmental Quality. And at the same time, the data that we are generating through this grant is directly usable by the Department of Environmental Quality. So we are going to be providing DEQ with level 3 certified water quality data, which is really a wonderful thing. It's data that they can directly use to preserve the water quality in our local rivers and streams. So that's kind of an exciting partnership that we've got that is just ramping up right now. You might be interested, people sometimes are interested in study abroad, and I just wanted to mention that the Environmental Studies program has hosted many study abroad trips. This is one that I took along with my colleague Ed Davis, and we went to Belize, and we spent a week out at a biological research station. This was a service learning project that we undertook there, where we were helping, they were rethatching their dining hall. So we were helping with that project. With this Belize class, we spend a week in the mountains, in the Maya Mountains in the rainforest, and then a week snorkeling on the islands in the barrier reef off of the coast of Belize. And so it's really, it's an amazing trip, and it's an amazing opportunity to perhaps maybe stretch your yourself a little bit. And then finally, we'd love you to join us. We've got terrific students, very, very passionate students here. We've got terrific faculty. My colleague, Ed Davis, is one of the most amazing professors I've ever known in my life. We also work with colleagues in the biology department, in the sociology department, and in the geography department. We've got the environmental studies program sort of branches out and draws from lots of different areas. We can be very flexible that way. But the common theme is that everybody that's working in the program is passionate about the environment and passionate about what we can do to make this world a better place. And so that's all I have. The last one is I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about our program.
I don't believe any have come in so far, but students, please feel free to type any questions that you have into the chat bar. I do have a few prepared in case nobody asks any though. So I'll just dive into a couple of those.
Okay, let me go back. Now let me do it from the current slide. We'll keep going down here. It just went off the end, I guess. There we go.
All right. What would you say to someone who is undecided about what they want to study in college, but they're maybe leaning towards the sciences or environmental studies?
Well, we have a really terrific intro course, the Intro to Environmental Studies course. And if you think you might be interested in a career in the environmental field, that Intro to Environmental Studies course is a great place to start. The Environmental Studies program works very closely with like the biology department and also sociology and geology department. And so for most students, when they come to Emory and Henry, if you really aren't sure what you want to do, the first year has tremendous opportunity to sort of put your little feelers out and try different things. And so there are a lot of different ways that you can interact with the environmental studies program. You don't have to launch in with both feet. There's quite a bit of flexibility. And in fact, in your beginning of your college career, there's a ton of flexibility. And you can try some things out, and if it's not what you thought it might be, or if you want to go in a different direction, there's always room to find your passion. The other thing is that we have a very active environmental student organization, the Climate Coalition. And so one way to get involved in the environmental studies program, if you're not ready to jump in and take classes, is to get involved with that student group as well. And it's a big group of very passionate students. And it's a nice way to get connected and sort of find your tribe.
Great, thank you. Do many students in the environmental studies department have a minor? And if so, what are some common examples?
That's a great question. And the answer is yes. Many students do end up with a minor. One of the very common minors is biology. And in fact, biology and environmental studies work very closely together. We have students that have a major in biology and a minor in environmental studies, or the other way around. Sometimes it can be in chemistry, because I'm a chemist. That is the one that makes me really excited. We have a student that graduated with, may have been a double major in chemistry and environmental studies, who is working as an ecologist with DuPont now. And he's doing aquatic toxicology, meaning he's working with the DuPont Corporation, giant multinational corporation, and helping that corporation monitor the toxicology of its products. And so, and we certainly don't want to have consumer products that are toxic in aquatic environments. And so they hire environmental specialists. And let's see, another very common minor is geography. A lot of students will major in environmental studies and minor in geography. That's another common one. And then lots of other ones, music sometimes, religion sometimes. So again, so many opportunities. And I think that's really the brilliant thing about a small institution.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What is your favorite class to teach?
Oh, that's a great question too. I teach a course called Environmental Monitoring, and environmental monitoring is ENVS 200. So it's for students, you've taken the first class, the Intro to Environmental Studies class. It's the next class that you take. And in that course, we learn about the chemistry and the science of the environment. And we also learn about the steps that you need to take to effectively monitor environmental change. So we start out with aquatic chemistry, and we do water quality monitoring, and we visit rivers, local rivers and streams, and students are, they choose a water quality monitoring site, and they go back and visit that site over and over throughout the semester. Then we talk about not just water chemistry, but also physical monitoring. And so there are some activities that we do. It's something called a riffle stability index, where we actually get in and walk across the stream and measure the texture, the size of the cobbles in the stream bed. We do aquatic macroinvertebrate studies, where we use the little organisms, the tiny little nymphs and larvae, mayfly larvae, caddisfly larvae. And we capture those, we count them, we organize them, and we can determine the water quality by the organisms that live there. Then we start off with some air atmospheric monitoring, and we do the Emory and Henry weather stations. We pay attention to those, take those apart and redeploy them. So the thing I love about this class is that it's a lab class, and every single lab is an outdoor lab. I'm a chemist, so a lot of my work is indoors in a chemistry lab. And I always kind of laugh, and I make my colleagues in chemistry jealous when I say, well, we're going out to the field station today because we're going to do some forestry techniques or something like that. So I love that class because I love the outdoors. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in. And in that class, I get a chance to be outdoors every single week. Every week we spend our lab outdoors.
Yeah, that's really great. Sort of to kind of jump off of that and to tie everything together, what is one of your favorite things about Emory and Henry College?
Oh, I have so many favorite things. I've been a professor here for 22 years now. And my favorite thing about Emory and Henry College is the professors that we have. My colleagues are absolutely brilliant and absolutely passionate and absolutely student-centered. And I think that student-centeredness is the very crux of what makes Emory and Henry an amazing place. And, you know, I've spent time at big institutions. I was a grad student at the University of Maryland, College Park. It's a giant institution, 42,000 students or something like that. The classes that I was working with there were general chemistry classes of 300 students in a class. A professor cannot get to know 300 students. You just can't. And so at Emory and Henry College, my largest class, I think I taught a weather and climate class with 30 students. And that was a big class. Most of my classes have 10 students, maybe 12, maybe 15. And so if I have 12 or 15 students in a class, we can really dig into the interests that those students have, and we can take the time to really personalize that education. And so that student-centeredness and the incredible stellar quality of the colleagues that I have here at Emory and Henry, those are the things that I think I love the most about this place.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly agree.
Great.
Yeah, again, thank you all so much for joining us today. If any of the students have any questions that you think of at a later time, please feel free and reach out to admissions. I'm sure you can reach out to Dr. Hainsworth as well. We would be more than happy to answer those questions for you and help you out any way that we can. And I think that just about wraps it up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And again, if you get a chance, I don't know what the visitation situation is right now, but if you would like to visit and we can make that happen, visiting the Bartlett Crowfield Station is a wonderful way to see this amazing resource. And I'm happy to hike the trails with you.
Well, thank you all so much. And I hope everyone stays safe and has a lovely day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.